Nowadays, everyone is searching for that quieter, less packed with tourists area to visit, especially in travel meccas like Italy. And we have got one for you where we are today, packed with good food, fun history, and of course, amazing wines. This area is just a few miles removed from the ever more popular Langhe wine region. Which region am I talking about? The Monferrato, of course. Hi there, I'm Jacqueline for Vero, where we go around the world searching out wild and scarce wines to bring to consumers, businesses, and distributors across the US. And one of the places that we go to search for these wild and scarce wines are under-the-radar areas like the Monferrato. If we start with Italy, then we zoom in on the northwest corner, we will find the region known as Piedmont. Within Piedmont lies the aforementioned famous Langhe region, known for Barolos and Barbarescos, and it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But often, the Langhe gets crowded, especially around the main points like Alba and Barolo. This is why we like to zip northeast of the Langhe into the next door region of Monferrato. The Monferrato is still UNESCO, and it has similar rolling hills of the Langhe, but they are less manicured and curated, and especially in the Asti where I am now, they're a little bit more wild and natural. But let's back up real quick, because you see, the Monferrato can be roughly subdivided into three main areas: the Astigiano, Basso, and Alto Monferrato. The Astigiano is centered around the town of Asti, and it butts up against the Langhe, where the Alto Monferrato borders onto the coastal Liguria region, including the town of Alessandria. And lastly, the Basso Monferrato encompasses a more flatland area heading towards Milan and is centered around the spa town of Acqui Terme. This large area gives the Monferrato a unique opportunity to offer so much, and of course, this includes beautiful views and landscapes. But there's also architecture, like in the bigger towns of Asti, Alessandria, and Acqui Terme, and there are even around castles like Castiglione d'Asti, and overall a history that dates back to the Roman times. As well, the food in the Monferrato is varied, as the three areas can have a wide range of traditional foods. But that is another video, so subscribe below and on verovino.com to our newsletter to stay up to date and find out when that video drops. But I want to get on to what really interests us here, the wines. If any of this about the Monferrato interests you and you want to learn more, I also recommend that you can check out the blog article that we wrote about the Monferrato and that I've linked below in the description for more information about the history and the culture and geography of the Monferrato. And now let's get on to the wines. For us wine lovers, the Monferrato is a super fun region to taste wines because its wines cover a very wide swath of styles and flavors. Like the nearby Langhe, the Monferrato has a long history of winemaking, with lots of old vines to be found around. Some can be up to 100 years old, like with the wineries of Casa Corini, which has been making wine for 6 generations. Also, wineries like Ivaldi, making wine for 4 generations, have a lot of old vines as well, and long-standing traditions of winemaking within the family itself. And these historic wineries carry forward traditions and are lucky that the Monferrato will offer a lot of classic wines and classic styles. You can check out our previous videos on Casa Corini wines that I've linked below after this. And be sure to subscribe to be notified because we've just visited the Ivaldi winery and there might be some videos coming from that visit. Back to the wines, what are we talking about here? We find a lot of grapes that you recognize from the Langhe. Nebbiolo, that's here in the Monferrato, is great, but it is another red grape that reigns supreme in the Monferrato, and that is Barbera. In fact, Barbera is the most cultivated red grape here in the Monferrato. From this food-friendly, delicious grape, we get dry, still red wines like the fresher Barbera d'Asti or the wood-aged Nizza, named for the town of Nizza Monferrato, where we find the Ivaldi winery. But the Monferrato has more to offer than just good red wines. You can actually also make the traditional method Alta Langhe here for a lively, bubbly, sparkling wine. Or do you like sweet wines? Here, the Monferrato truly shines. The world-famous Moscato d'Asti comes from here. It's a sweet, slightly frizzy white wine that is definitely, by quantity, the most popular white grape grown in the Monferrato. And of course, we cannot forget the red counterpart to Moscato, Brachetto di Acqui. Ruby red, strawberry scented, and sweet and frizzy, it's a great complement to the classic Moscato, and we also like to make some wine cocktails with it too. We've tasted both of these wines before and made videos about the grapes, so I will link them down below for you to go check out after this video. But what is really great about this area, and that I really want to hone in on, is the way that diversity plays a role in the Monferrato. Of course, the wilder lands here, as you can see, are safe havens for biodiversity, but really, it's also great the selection that one can have when you pick out a wine from the Monferrato. The diversity of wines available, that whether you like a big bold red or a young fresh wine, light and sweet, brilliantly bubbly, you can find a wine from the Monferrato that is to your palate. And all of these great wines from the Monferrato, whether they be old vines, supernatural wines from Case Corine and Costigliole d'Asti, or the traditional Asti superstars from Evaldi and Nizza Monferrato, you can find these wines online in the Vero shop at verovino.com. Peruse the selections and we can ship to you, or contact us for wholesale business pricing. Thank you for joining me today. It's starting to rain a little bit, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like below and subscribe for more content like this about the Monferrato that might be coming. In the meantime, you might wanna check out this video about our visit to another Monferrato winery, Case Corino. I'll see you over there. Bye.